and the Los Angeles Chargers. One there. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. More from L.A. in a moment. On first down, Justin Herbert looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy, and they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. It lands right in the lap of the defender.
Navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession. And looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good...
Already of defenders had intercepted. Baker with a pick, and he's going to get this on down. Offense in great starting field position. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line,
and he will score. Touch. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, get their 6s.
The throw down the field caught by his running back. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert, and he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the point. And that one makes it 14-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First carry for James Conner. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big time.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The football going back over to Arizona now. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
I'll give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Conner. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
These two teams all tied after one. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And the Cardinals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well.
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look at
pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Zaven Collins just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Now we will pause for the injury. That's the wide receiver, Tyreek Hill. Hill a little slow to get up. More from L.A. in a moment. Sends this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Conner on the toss left side. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. They'll set up to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Timing's crucial. commercial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 7. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. He'll drop to throw. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. On the ground with a tight end. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The L.A. offense for this next possession. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach and probably his agent, too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. Ertz has it left side. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
On the return, it's Adderley, end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's Mike Williams now as his guys head back out to go on offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. From the 31, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert on first down now. A little short pass. This is Everett. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Herbert throwing again. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. It's Williams on the catch. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And able to get this out to the 25. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about... So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead. It's 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Khalil Mack able to record his his 5th sack of the season.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. Down right around the 25. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Green. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Connor. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, a little short pass. This is Everett. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Herbert now. Out left, he's got it to Everett. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. This is taken around the 12. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
12 yards to pick up. Good enough for an Arizona first. They'll look to throw here. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. More from L.A. in a moment. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Big hold to the 30 and all the way up to the 35-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. On the screen, this is Eckler. That catch good for only a couple. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. From the 50, here's Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Herbert back to the air.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Maurice Hurst busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. He finds his target, Allen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. More from L.A. in a moment. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Connor. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
He's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense.
And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Picked off by Jerome Baker, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And a short gain down to about the 33. Again, it's Connor. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Prater's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, it's Adderley from his end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. This is swung out to Eckler. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Green brings it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 18. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Herbert operating from the red zone.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Keelan Cole, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
It's complete. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cardinals, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.